Welcome to my channel. Do you want to speak English confidently? Do you want to understand people when they talk in English? Do you want to feel happy when you use English in real life? In this video, I will show you how people speak English in daily life and how you can also speak English easily. It is not difficult. It is possible. And you can enjoy the process. Stay with me. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Why People Learn English, Different Story. My name is Adam. I am from Spain. I came to the UK 3 months ago to study. I want to learn English because I want to communicate with people from many countries. I want to meet new friends. I want to travel. And I want a better job in the future. Right now, my English is not very good. I can say hello, thank you, and a few other words. But I want to speak more. I want to understand people when they speak fast. I want to enjoy movies in English. I want to read books without translating. One day, I join an English class in my city. My teacher is from Canada. She speaks slowly and smiles a lot. In my class, there are students from many countries: Mexico, Japan, Morocco, and Vietnam. We all have one goal. We want to speak English fluently. On the first day, my teacher says something beautiful. English is not only a language. It is a connection between people. Then she asks us, why do you want to learn English? A girl from Japan says, I want to study at a foreign university. A boy from Mexico says, I want to travel and make friends. I say, I want to speak with the world. The teacher says, these are great reasons. English helps you grow. English opens doors. She also says, in this class, we will not only study rules. We will speak. We will listen. We will use English in real situations. I feel happy, because I don't like boring grammar books. I want to speak. I want to use English in real life. After class, I walk to a shop. I hear 2 tourists speaking English. I understand some words. I smile. For the first time, I feel, yes. I can do this. That night I write in my notebook. English is not just a subject. English is a skill for life. Chapter 2. How to Learn New Words. In the beginning, I had a problem. I learned many words. But after 2 days, I forgot them. Maybe you have the same problem. My teacher told me a small secret. Do not only memorize words, use them in your life. She explained. When you use a word, your brain remembers it like a photo. So I changed my method. White heavy check mark. Step 1. Learn a few words, not a big list. Before, I tried to learn 20 or 30 words every day. I felt tired. I forgot them quickly. Now I learn only 5 new words. Just 5. And I use them in real sentences. White heavy check mark. Step 2. Use the word in a sentence immediately. Example. I learned the word improve. So I wrote. I want to improve my English. I watch videos to improve my speaking. Practice will improve my confidence. When I repeat like this, my brain remembers the word. White heavy check mark. Step 3. Connect the word to your life. If you connect a word to your real life, you will never forget it. For example, the word journey. I say, my English journey started 3 months ago. This journey is slow, but beautiful. I am proud of my journey. Now the word journey becomes part of me. White heavy check mark. Step 4. Speak the word aloud. When I learn a new word, I say it aloud 3 times. Improve, improve, improve. Journey, journey, journey. My teacher says, your mouth must learn the word, not only your eyes. One day, I met a man in the park. He saw me studying and asked, what are you learning? I said, I am learning English. I want to improve my skills. It is a long journey, but I enjoy it. He smiled and said, "Your English is good. Keep going." At that moment, I understood. When you use words in real life, they become your words. Chapter 3, Listening Practice. When I started learning English, listening was very difficult for me. People spoke fast. Their words joined together. Sometimes I understood nothing. I felt nervous. I thought, maybe English is not for me. But my teacher told me, listening is not a test. Listening is training. She said, you do not need to understand everything. You just need to catch a few words first. That sentence changed my mind. What I started doing: step 1, I listened for short time. I did not watch long videos. I started with 2 or 3 minutes only. Short listening equals less pressure. Step 2, I listen every day. Not one time for 2 hours, but 10 minutes every day. Small plus daily equals big improvement. Step 3, I listen to real voices. I listen to announcements in the bus, people talking in the street, short YouTube clips, English songs with slow music. Real English helped me more than textbooks. A small story. One morning I was sitting in a cafe. 2 women were talking in English at the next table. Before, I always ignored conversations because I felt shy. But that day I listened carefully. I did not understand every sentence, but I understood the topic. They were talking about a birthday party. I heard words like invite, cake, Sunday, and friends. I felt happy because I understood the idea. Later, I told my teacher. I couldn't understand everything, but I understood something. She smiled and said, that is success. Listening is about progress, not perfection. What I learned. Listening becomes easy when you listen a little every day. You enjoy what you listen to, and you don't stress about understanding 100%. Now, when I listen to English, I do not feel scared. I feel curious. Conversation. But it felt like a big success for me. For the first time, I spoke English in real life. Without fear. White heavy checkmark. How I practice speaking. Step 1, I speak short sentences. Not long speeches. Just simple lines like, I want this. Where's the bus stop? Can you repeat, please? Step 2, I speak to myself. I talk to the mirror. I describe my day. I say small sentences aloud. Step 3, I don't wait for perfect. Perfect English does not exist. Communication is more important than perfection. White heavy checkmark. A small lesson from my teacher. One day I told her, I am afraid I will make mistakes. She said, children learn to speak by making mistakes. Adults learn the same way. Then she said something beautiful. When you speak, you are not showing your English. You are growing your English. That sentence gave me confidence. Now when I speak, I don't think, what if I am wrong? I think, what if I learn something new? Chapter 5, Reading Practice, Fresh plus Simple Story. In the beginning, reading was boring for me. The texts were long. The sentences were difficult. And I stopped after 2 or 3 lines. I thought reading means big English books. But my teacher told me something simple. If you read what you enjoy, you will continue reading. So I changed my way. White heavy checkmark. How I started reading. Step 1, I started with small reading. Not big books. Not newspapers. Just small texts. I read signs in the street, short messages, small quotes on Instagram, Menu cards in cafes. These small readings made me comfortable. Step 2. I chose easy stories. Later I started reading short stories written for learners. These stories had short sentences and simple vocabulary. I understood more. And I felt confident. Step 3. I read with curiosity. Instead of thinking I must read, I started thinking, I want to know what happens next. Reading became interesting. White heavy checkmark a small story. One evening I was in the library. I saw a small book for beginners. The title was A New Home. I opened the book just to see the first page. It was easy. So I read the second page. Then the third. After 30 minutes, I finished the whole book. It was the first book I ever completed in English. I felt proud. Not because it was a big book, but because I finished something. When I told my teacher, she said, "Success begins with small victories." White heavy checkmark what I learned. Reading improves when you start small. You choose easy materials. And you enjoy the story. Now I read a little every day. Chapter 6, Writing Practice, Fresh plus Simple Story. Writing was the skill I never practiced. I thought writing means long essays and difficult grammar. So I always avoided it. But my teacher said, writing is not grammar. Writing is expression. She told me, if you can think in English, you can write in English. So I started with very small steps. White heavy checkmark how I started writing. Step 1, I wrote one sentence per day. Not a paragraph. Not a page. Just one simple sentence. Day 1, today I am happy. Day 2, I learned a new word. Day 3, I practiced speaking in a shop. Small writing became a habit. Step 2, I wrote about my life. Not random topics. Not school-style essays. I wrote about my day, my thoughts, my feelings. And suddenly, writing felt natural. Step 3, I didn't worry about mistakes. I wrote freely first. Then I corrected later. My teacher told me, first express, then improve. White heavy checkmark a small story. One night, before sleeping, I wrote a short note in my diary. Today I listened to an English podcast. I did not understand every word. But I understood the meaning. I feel proud of myself. The next day, I read it again. And I felt happy. Because I could see my progress on paper. Writing became a mirror. It showed me how I was growing. White heavy checkmark what I learned. Writing becomes easy when you write a little every day. You write about your real life. And you don't fear mistakes. Now I keep a small English journal. It is simple. It is personal. And it helps me think in English. Sometimes 2 pages. Sometimes 10 pages. But I read. Chapter 7, Confidence in Real Life Practice, Fresh plus Emotional. Confidence does not come in one day. Confidence grows slowly. Like a small plant. In the beginning, I was shy. I knew some English words. But I was afraid to use them. One day my teacher told me, confidence comes after you speak. Not before you speak. That sentence changed my thinking. White heavy checkmark how I built confidence. Step 1, I accepted mistakes. I told myself, it is okay to speak slowly. It is okay to be wrong. When I accepted this, my fear became smaller. Step 2, I used English in small situations. At the cafe, can I have a tea, please? At the bus stop, what time is the next bus? With a friend, how's your day? Small practice, big confidence. Step 3, I celebrated small wins. Every time I spoke English, even for 10 seconds, I said to myself, good job. You are improving. White heavy checkmark a real experience. One evening, I was walking in the park. A tourist came to me and asked for directions in English. Before, I would escape. But this time I stayed calm. I said, "There is a metro station near the traffic light. Go straight and then turn right." He said, "Thank you so much." And I smiled. After he left, I felt something wonderful inside. Not just confidence. Growth. I didn't speak perfectly, but I communicated successfully. In that moment, I realized, I can do this. White heavy checkmark what confidence really means. Confidence is not speaking fast. Confidence is not perfect grammar. Confidence is simple. Confidence means, I am not afraid to try. Chapter 8, Daily English Routine, Simple and Practical. Many learners think they need many hours to improve English. But that is not true. You don't need long study time. You need a small daily routine. My teacher told me, consistency is more powerful than intensity. Just 20 to 30 minutes every day can change your English. White heavy checkmark my simple daily routine. Morning, 5 minutes, listening. I listen to a short audio or video while I prepare breakfast. Not to study, just to hear English. Afternoon, 10 minutes, reading. I read a short story or small article. If I don't understand a word, I don't stop immediately. I focus on the meaning, not every word. Evening, 5 minutes, speaking. I speak a few sentences aloud. What did I do today? What did I learn today? Night, 5 minutes, writing. I write 1 or 2 simple lines in my journal. Total equals 25 minutes. Not big effort, but big results. White heavy checkmark why this routine works. Heavy checkmark small time no stress. Heavy checkmark daily habit fast improvement. Heavy checkmark real English natural progress. Heavy checkmark repetition strong memory. White heavy checkmark a small story. At first, I was not regular. Sometimes I practiced. Sometimes I skipped. But one day my teacher said, English grows when you do small things every day. So I followed the routine for 2 weeks. Then one day, I noticed something. I could understand people more clearly. I could speak without long pauses. I was thinking in English without translating. I realized, practice creates progress. White heavy checkmark the real secret. Improvement is not a surprise. Improvement is a result. If you practice daily, even a little, English becomes a part of your life. Chapter 9, Motivation and Mindset. Sometimes I felt slow. Sometimes I compared myself with others. Sometimes I thought, why is my English not good yet? On those days, I wanted to stop. But my teacher told me something powerful. You are not slow. You are growing. Language learning is not a race. Everyone has a different speed. A different background. A different journey. You do not need to be the best. You only need to be better than yesterday. White heavy checkmark how I stayed motivated 1. I remembered my reason. When I felt tired, I asked myself, why did I start? The answer always gave me energy. 2. I focused on small progress. Not perfect English. Just small improvement. A new word. A new conversation. A new understanding. 3. I was kind to myself. I learned to say, it's okay. I am learning. Because kindness to yourself is also part of success. White heavy checkmark a moment I will never forget. One day after class, I told my teacher, sometimes I feel I will never be fluent. She looked at me and said, fluency is not a destination. Fluency is a journey. Then she added, every day you speak, listen, read, or write, you are already walking on that journey. That day I understood something important. I don't need to be perfect today. I just need to continue tomorrow. White heavy check mark. The right mindset. Success in English is not. Crossmark. Learning fast. Crossmark. Speaking without mistakes. Crossmark. Knowing many big words. Success is. White heavy check mark. Not giving up. White heavy check mark. Enjoying the process. White heavy check mark. Believing in yourself. Chapter 10, Final Message. Learning English is not just about language. It is about connection, confidence, and growth. Maybe your progress is slow. But slow progress is still progress. Maybe you make mistakes. But mistakes mean you are trying. Every day you practice. You are becoming stronger than yesterday. So don't stop. Don't doubt yourself. Your future self is waiting for you. With better English. And bigger confidence. White heavy check mark. Final words for you. If you are learning English today, you are not just learning a language. You are building a new life. Be patient with yourself. Be proud of yourself. And keep going. One day you will look back and say, I did it. White heavy check mark. Call to action, YouTube style. If this video helped you, glowing star, give it a like. Speech balloon, write a comment and tell me what you learned today. White heavy check mark and subscribe to the channel for more simple and powerful English lessons. Your one click gives me motivation to create more helpful content for you. White heavy check mark. Closing line. Thank you for watching. Keep learning. Keep growing. And remember, your English journey has already started. And your success is on the way.